All right, let's go through this question here, solved by elimination. All right, so we look at these two equations, and we are very close to being able to eliminate a term. You look at these x terms, same coefficient, right? That's a positive 1, and that's a positive 1. One of them needs to be negative, though, right? One of them needs to be negative. It doesn't matter which one. So I'm going to multiply this equation times negative 1, okay? And what that means is this is going to become a negative, this is going to become a positive, and this is going to become a positive. That's what multiplying by negative 1 does for you. So now that we have that, we have the x term in this equation is a positive 1x, and this is a negative 1x. So when you have that situation where one of the variables has a coefficient that's positive and the same variable in the other equation has the same coefficient but negative, that's exactly what you want. So you add these two equations up. Remember, like terms always, so the x term plus the x term, that gives us 0. I'm not going to write it down, you can just stroke it off like that. Negative 4y plus 2y is negative 2y. Equals, so that equal sign, you can just keep it in the same column there. Now you add up this, 1 plus 1 is 2. Solve for y. Is everything okay there so far? Yes? Okay. Thought I heard some talking. Yeah, if you have questions, go ahead and raise your hand, but as long as I'm doing my math right here, just double check that for me. So when we divide this, we get a negative 1 for y. Anybody else get a negative 1 for y? Yes? Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to plug this negative 1 value into one of the original equations to solve for x. We just need to plug it into 1 because, like I say, the x value that we get should be the same x value for both, but we'll check that at the end. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to say x minus 4 times this y value from the first equation. This is going to be x plus 4 equals 1. This is going to be x equals, when I take 4 away from both sides, I'm going to get negative 3. Anybody else get negative 3 for x? Yeah, a few of you? Good, good. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. Let's do a check. And the check should consist of plugging both these values into both equations to make sure that they make the equation true. So x is negative 3 and y is negative 1. So let's see if this works. Negative 3 plus 4 equals positive 1. That's great. The second original equation was positive x, so I'm going to put in negative 3, and it was a minus 2y. So let's use the original equation. Minus 2 times negative 1 equals negative 1. So negative 3 plus 2 equals negative 1. Does that look true? Yes. So we are very confident now that these are our true solutions, and that's using the elimination method. How many of you got those for answers there? Okay, good. About half of you, I see. Hopefully more of you did. That's an example of elimination. We'll do some more here.